Hello everyone, welcome back to our class. Although we know that pay is not the primary factor driving job satisfaction, we can't deny that it's still an important motivator. One study found that while 45% of employers thought the pay was the key factor in losing top talent, 71% of top performers called it a top reason. Given that pay is so important, in this section, we will explore the following two questions. The first question is what to pay employees, and the second one is how to pay individual employees. There are many ways to pay employees. The process of initially setting pay levels entails balancing internal equity and external equity. Specifically, internal equity reflects the worth of the job to the organization, which is usually established through job evaluation. Job evaluation is a technical process that compares jobs to assess their relative worth for the purpose of establishing a rational pay structure. External equity reflects the competitiveness of an organization's pay relative to pay in its industry, which is usually established through pay surveys. It's obvious that the best pay system not only reflects what the job is worth, but also stays competitive relative to the labor market. Establishing a pay structure is a strategic decision an organization must make, with clear trade-offs, because paying more may help organizations get better qualified. More highly motivated employees, while paying too much, also makes the organization's products or services too expensive. Thus, an organization must develop its philosophy of compensation based on its own conditions and need. This philosophy must be defined and built into the actual reward system. In the case of Walmart, it appears that its strategic decision on pay did not work. While annual growth in U.S. stores slowed to around 1% in 2011, one of the Walmart's larger competitors, Costco, grew around 8%. The average worker at Costco made approximately $45,000 compared to approximately $17,500 for the average worker at Walmart-owned Sam's Club. Costco's strategy was that it will get more if it pays more, and higher wages resulted in increased employee productivity and reduced turnover. When it comes to the question of how to pay, the usual way to reward individual employees is through variable pay programs, which are also known as pay for performance. Variable pay programs bases a portion of an employee's pay on some individual or organizational measure of performance. The variable portion may be all or part of the paycheck, and it may be paid annually or upon attainment of benchmarks. It can also be either optional for the employee or an accepted condition of employment. Variable pay plans have long been used to compensate salespeople and executives, but the scope of variable pay jobs has broadened. Unfortunately, not all employees see a strong connection between pay and performance. The results of pay-for-performance plans are mixed. The context receptivity of the individual to the plans and security play important roles in the motivational success of variable pay plans. For example, research in Canada indicated that variable pay plans increase job satisfaction only if employee effort is rewarded as well as performance. Besides, research also indicates that pay secrecy has a detrimental effect on job performance, which is very likely increases employees' perception that pay is subjective, which can be demotivating. Let's look at the three most popular types of variable pay programs in more detail. The piece rate pay plan is a payment plan in which workers are paid a fixed sum for each unit of a production completed. It has long been popular as a means of compensating production workers with a fixed sum for each unit of production completed. A pure piece rate plan provides no base salary and pays the employee only for what he or she produces, which can motivate employees to produce higher productivity and then achieve higher wages. Organizations should verify that their piece rate plans are indeed motivating to individuals. European research has suggested that when the pace of work is determined by uncontrollable outside factors such as customer requests, rather than internal factors such as coworkers, targets, and machines, a piece rate plan is not motivating. Either way, managers must be mindful of the motivation for workers to decrease quality in order to increase their speed of output. They should also be aware that by rewarding volume, piece rate plans increase the probability of workplace injuries. Besides, we should note that piece rate plans are not feasible for many jobs. Different from focusing on the completed volume, merit-based pay is a payment plan based on performance appraisal ratings. The main advantage is that high performers can get bigger rises. If designed correctly, merit-based plans let individuals perceive a strong relationship between their performance and their rewards. Despite their intuitive appeal, merit pay plans have several limitations. One is that they are typically based on an annual performance appraisal, and thus are only as valid as the performance ratings, which are often subjective. This brings up issues of discrimination. Research indicates that African American employees receive lower performance ratings than white employees. Women's ratings are higher than men's, and there are demographic differences in the distribution of salary increases, even with all other factors equal. Another limitation is that the pay raise pool of available funds fluctuates on economic or other conditions that have little to do with individual performance. For instance, a colleague at a top university who performed very well in teaching and research was given a pay raise of $300. Why? Because the pay raise pool was very small, yet that amount is more of a cost of a living increase than pay for performance. An annual bonus is a significant component of total compensation for many jobs. Bonus is a pay plan that rewards employees for recent performance rather than historical performance. Its incentive effects should be higher than those of a merit pay. One reason is merit pay is paying for previous performance, while bonuses reward recent performance. Another reason is merit pay is cumulative, but the increases are generally much smaller than bonus amounts. The holiday bonus for many employees in Western countries usually arrives after Christmas Day. In China, things are different. Considerable Chinese employees receive their bonus before the Spring Festival on Chinese New Year. The red envelope is one type of a year-end cash bonus, which awards to the employee in the red-colored and envelope-size package before the Spring Festival. We can remember that there is lots of news about how companies surprise their employees with a big year-end red envelope. The following picture shows that employees in Chinese internet company Tencent reward employees with a red envelope. Bonuses have pros and cons. The advantage of bonuses is it can motivate workers. The downside of bonuses is it leaves employees' payment more vulnerable to cuts. This is problematic, especially when employees depend on bonuses or take them for granted. Additionally, bonuses may also foster a competitive spirit in the workplace. This is a mixed blessing. While competition often helps motivate people to do their best, it can also create hostility and divisions. A profit-sharing plan is an organization-wide program that distributes compensation based on some established formula designed around a company's profitability. Studies generally support the idea that organizations with profit-sharing plans have higher levels of profitability than those without them. These plans have also been linked to higher levels of employee commitment, especially in small organizations. Profit sharing at the organizational level appears to have positive impacts on employee attitudes. Obviously, profit sharing does not work when there is no reported profit per se, such as in non-profit organizations. There are two main ways to structure profit-sharing programs for any size business. The first way is through bonus checks. Yearly bonus checks that depend on the profitability of a company are a form of profit sharing. The second type of profit sharing could be a retirement contribution plan. An employee stock ownership plan, that is ESOP, is a company-established benefit plan in which employees acquire stock, often at below market prices, as part of their benefits. Employees receive an incentive to benefit the firm with their work because they participate in the economic growth of their company through company stock held in a retirement account. Research on ESOPs also indicates they increase employee satisfaction and innovation. But the benefits of ESOP seem to occur when employees psychologically experience ownership. Even though ESOPs may not inspire lower absenteeism or greater motivation, perhaps because the employee's actual monetary benefit comes with cashing in the stock at a later date. Thus, employees need to be kept regularly informed of the status of the business and have the opportunity to positively influence it in order to feel motivated toward higher personal performance. Until now, we have learned how to use different types of rewards, especially monetary rewards, to motivate employees. Especially, we talked about variable pay programs in detail. From what we discussed above, we can see that variable pay programs generally can motivate employees, but that doesn't mean everyone is equally motivated by them. Organizations should consider how to use them flexibly. In the next section, we will further explore how flexible benefits motivate employees. Thank you for your attention. See you next time.